Over the past couple of months, it seems like we've oftentimes had a lot of bad news or just kind of neutral news to talk about with not a lot of things happening. The markets and the game, CS2 content, CS2 community overall being pretty boring with not really that much interesting stuff going on, and the market's not really moving that much. The markets might go up and down a little bit here and there, but overall things have been pretty flat over the past couple months, so there hasn't been a ton of exciting or really good news in general. But today, and as of late, over the past couple days, maybe even the past week or so, we are finally starting to get some good news in the CS2 markets, and in this video today I want to go over a lot of the good things that are happening right now, and some of the items and I guess subsets of items that are actually trending in the right direction, trending up, and sometimes some things even hitting all-time highs. But of course, first I want to mention real quick, if you are looking to sell any of your CS2 items and turn them into cold hard cash or crypto or any other payment method, you should definitely hit me up over on Twitter. It's going to be the first link in the description below. We're buying pretty much anything and everything for the right price, so if you need some money for IRL stuff or just want to switch up your inventory portfolio or whatever, hit me up. We can probably get a deal done. And of course, you're helping support me, my channel, and my content. With that being said, let's get right into this today. I saw this tweet from Raw CSGO that kind of got me inspired, got me wanting to dive into this a little bit, but also got me really excited. He says, "I swear this game never fails to amaze me, despite decreasing player numbers," which obviously we've seen over the last couple months, but again, throughout this year, the player base is still up. We can actually look at this player count, I guess, a little bit. In December of 2023, we had 770K average players, and now we're at 881 average players. So, we've gained 110,000 average players. So it's not really that average players are down. Yes, average players are down from like May, but it just kind of depends on what timeline you look at. You can look at day to day, week to week, month to month, year to year, whatever. Also, if we zoom all the way back out to, okay, let's say August of 2023, 922,000. We are down a little bit from a year ago, but this was like peak, CS2 times whatever. 2 years ago in August of 2022, we had 641,000. So from that point, we're up like 240K or whatever. So it's even better if you go all the way back to then. Yes, the player numbers are down a little bit, but this has started to flatten out. Obviously, in the month of August so far, we're kind of flat. We're up 5,700 players, up 0.5%. So it's not really like we're dropping any more. Also, tanking case opening numbers, which is true. The case opening numbers have got about cut in half, at least according to CS2 Case Tracker. Again, I don't know if those numbers are valid or if there's some kind of discrepancy or issue with those numbers or whatever, but there's a lot of reasons why those numbers could have drastically fallen off as well, obviously. And as some people say in the comments here and stuff, there is obviously Buff 163 changes that make it really hard to buy a ton of cases in bulk. There's a lot of cases that might just be trapped in China or in people's inventories or whatever, because there's no really great ways to buy or sell a ton of cases in massive numbers. Maybe the Steam Marketplace honestly becomes the best option in a weird way. I don't really know. But obviously one of the bigger things is the game being in an overall boring state. But cases and many other items by extent are shooting up in price. The following cases have actually reached new all-time highs on the Steam market in recent weeks, and he posts 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different cases: the Gamma 2, the Gamma, Chroma, Spectrum, Operation Phoenix, Glove Case, Huntsman Weapon Case, and the CSGO Weapon Case that have all reached new all-time highs as of late, which is very, very, very crazy. And obviously, honestly, this is exciting, but to me, this isn't totally shocking. Yes, like I said, with the player base numbers being a little bit down or flat, and with case unboxing numbers being down, you could see this as a sign of, cases should probably be dropping or whatever. But to me, this actually makes some sense because, one, we have honestly seen the markets being kind of crushed as of lately. Again, this is the eSport Fire 300 graph over the past 3 months. Things have been just kind of straight down. Even though we're seeing a little bit of a rebound lately, the markets in general are still very, very down. Tons of skins, knives, gloves, all kinds of things are still way, way, way down, especially when you look at like the peak CS2 hype or whatever. A lot of these things are crazy down. I'm not sure exactly what the all items graphs looks like. This stuff, if you look back to April of 2023 or even September of 2023, we're still down massively, even though we are starting to see a little bit of a rebound. But why would cases be reaching new all-time highs? And that's because, hey, me and many other people see these as the best item class, and in times of downturn, the best items are hit the least and rebound the fastest. And you can see this in everything. Like look at the U.S. stock market during the COVID collapse. What were the things that rebounded the fastest and ended up doing the best? Big tech companies like Apple, they didn't drop that hard during COVID, and then they rebounded really, really, really fast. Stuff like Microsoft, stuff like these really, truly blue chip stocks, the greatest companies, they fell the least and they rebounded the fastest, even before the economy, and all these things had really rebounded properly. You can also look at stuff like cryptocurrencies where, when crypto crashes, Bitcoin gets hit very, very, very hard. And that's because obviously it's very volatile, but Bitcoin gets hit less hard than a lot of these shit coins out there that are literally down 99 or 100%. They don't even exist anymore. And then obviously Bitcoin rebounds much faster than many shit coins that are still, reached their all-time high in like 2018 or whatever and have never even rebounded totally or whatever. So that's definitely something interesting. I think it does really show how cases are such a good investment, and they're also a really good place where people love to just store their money and buy tons of these things, and they really see these as investment quality and investment grade. Also, obviously, over the past week or so, we have seen the U.S. stock market dropping. We've seen cryptocurrencies going down, so there could also be some money kind of cycling back into Counter-Strike, because whenever we see crypto or other alternative asset classes going up, we see usually some money coming out of the Counter-Strike markets, but as some of these things get hit and people get a little bit more scared and fearful with those places to put their money, sometimes some money comes back into Counter-Strike. But I do think it's not totally shocking and surprising that people are finding, the best places to put their money in CS being cases, because I do think they are obviously the kind of S plus tier investment item and the most investment grade quality stuff we have in the CS markets. And even with unboxing numbers being down a little bit and stuff like that, obviously the supply of these things is still being eaten into. And as some people have correctly stated, as the player base numbers fall, that also means less rare items being dropped. But also, as prices have kind of fallen and stuff like that or flatlined, it is setting us up for the future of when, if and when CS2 does get some kind of big player base spike, that a lot of these cases are going to explode in price because they're going to be eaten into so fast. They're going to be so hard to find, just like we saw during, the CS2 peak back in like April, May, June of last year, 2023, when cases for sometimes became very, very hard to find and these prices really started exploding. So it is definitely crazy. And yeah, I looked at some of this stuff too. We have the Gamma case, definitely at a new all-time high around $2.90. We have the glove case at a new all-time high around $7.72. It maybe hit a little bit back in June, but it's getting close to all-time highs. Spectrum 2 case, $2.20. Chroma case at $3.41. What I did find interesting with all these cases, though, is none of these cases are, some of the cheaper rare cases. These are all the kind of not expensive, but more expensive rare cases, $2, $3 in that kind of price point. They are a little bit older. They've had more time to mature. They're a little bit more along. But, you have stuff like the Prisma 2 case, which is not at an all-time high right now. This thing's actually down, pretty significantly over the past year. So while money is getting funneled into these cases, are they the ones to be buying right now? I don't know, because they could be good opportunities. They are hot right now. They are trending upward, but that you have other really, really good cases out there that are still at, a significant dip, stuff like the Prisma 2 and plenty of other rare cases out there as well. Now, I don't know. Maybe these are going to be the ones that continue to ride for the time being. Maybe there's something behind this. I don't know, because these ones have definitely seen a drop off in openings as well. I looked at like the Gamma case. This is in July of 2024, 138,000 Gamma cases open. If we go back to like May and we look at the Gamma cases, we'll see 233,000. So there has been a drop off even of these rare cases as well. So I think that is kind of interesting to note, but it's also not just cases that are going up right now. We did see Price Empire tweet this out as well. They said top of the CS2 trending page is green today. We are so back, and you can see plenty of stuff here up over the past 24 hours, 7 days, and 30 days. Now, again, not a ton of huge jumps here. The Butterfly Knife Fade is only up 1.03% in the past week, but still, the fact that a lot of the top items and a lot of the high-end stuff in the market is up over the last week and day and month, that is a good sign, and this is something we have not necessarily seen for quite some time, and it's a great sign again because it is a boring state of the game right now. It is, not a lot of people, like the player base numbers are down. There's no new content. There's not a lot of new, content creators making content about the game or new content in the game. No new game modes. And there's still so much more that Valve can do with CS2, but still cases are holding strong. High-end items are starting to bounce back. The markets in general are on a little bit of an uptick. This is a great sign because if and when Valve does get their shit together and start to pump out some really good content and gets people excited and coming back to the game, that's going to be a great sign. Also, the fact that summer is winding down. Again, June, July, these are kind of those peak summer months when people are out of school and traveling and taking summer vacations and taking time off work and blah, blah, blah. But now we're getting to August. School is going to be starting up within the next couple of weeks. Fall is going to be here before we know it. People are going to be coming back inside, and those player base numbers are going to start ticking up. We're going to be getting closer to the Shanghai Major. We're going to be getting closer to winter, all this stuff. So these are the times when the CS2 markets and markets in general are going to start ramping back up again. People are going to start having money as we get closer and closer to Q4. There's just so many reasons why the CS2 markets are trending upwards right now. But either way, no matter what the reason is, I'm excited about it. I'm glad to see some of these cases sitting at all-time highs. Again, I've been preaching for so long that I do think cases are the best kind of investment you can make in the CS2 markets. Now, obviously, picking out the winners from the case market is tough, but I'm just glad to see any cases doing well. But yes, it is these a little bit older, a little bit more expensive cases. Not the mega expensive ones, but even the CSGO weapon case obviously is very expensive. But it's these little bit older, a little bit more expensive cases that are the top performers right now. That doesn't mean they're going to remain the top performers forever, but to the people who own these or the people who've invested in these, congratulations, you're doing good. I hope things continue going well for you. But that is pretty much it for this video today, guys. Hopefully catch you the next one. Until then. One more thing as well I did want to talk about quick. I forgot to actually pull this up. The Aiden Ross stuff. He's apparently going to be streaming with Trump today. I don't know if that's going to be a bait or real or not, but he's also saying he's going to try to get Trump to open up some cases. If that does happen, obviously that could give us a nice little bump in the market as well. I don't know, so be watching out for that. People are saying, hey, what if Trump pulls a knife or a gold or whatever? It's going to be absolutely insane. Who knows? Maybe that's some oddball, curveball, X factor to watch out for. I just want to throw that in at the end here. But pretty much it was this video today, guys. Hopefully catch you next one. Until then, peace.